As you guys probably heard, Donald Trump was found guilty for like 34 counts of felonies. Woo! I was not expecting, I'm not even gonna lie to you, I did not think he was gonna get guilty because how it looks on America. One of our running presidents, what happens if he wins? So you're telling us one of the dudes in office?
2, guilty. Count 3, guilty. Count 4, guilty. Count 5, guilty. Those are the first 5 counts coming out of this jury, finding Donald J. Trump guilty on the first 5 felony counts. Reading the rest as we are getting it from our court reporters.
Starting with count 6.
Count 6, guilty. Count 7, guilty. Count 8, guilty. And you'll see on the screen we're tracking ahead. Count 9, guilty. Count 10, guilty. Count 11, guilty. Count 12, guilty. Count 13, guilty. Count 14, guilty. Count 16, guilty. Count 17, guilty. Count 18, guilty. Count 19, guilty. Count 20, guilty. Count 21, guilty. Count 22, guilty. Count 23, guilty. Count 24, guilty. Count 25, guilty. Count 26, guilty. Count 27, we're seeing that on screen, guilty. Count 28, guilty. Those are the first 28 felony counts here as read by the jury. Count 29, guilty. Count 30, guilty. Count 31, guilty. Count 32, guilty.
That has 34 felonies. Like, I don't understand how that works. Can you still run? Well, I did read online because that was the first thing I looked up. Can you still run? Can you not? Crazy to me. He brought out Chef G about a week ago in the Bronx. I was in the city too. I'm like, bro, this boy brought out Chef G and Sleepy Hollow out to the rally. Like, that's crazy.
Oh, I like that. I want to get that done.
President Trump. Oh man. One thing I want to say. One thing I want to say, they always gonna whisper your accomplishments and shout your failures. Trump gonna shout the wins for all of us.
Make America great again.
That's that bad man Donald T, man. You guys know I don't ever tell you what side of politics I'm on. I barely even really look into politics. But when something this big happens in history, this is the first time this ever happened in history. We gotta cover it. We gotta cover it. I do wonder how you guys feel. Do you guys feel like it was a fair trial? Do you guys feel like it wasn't? Because they have picked juries from both sides of the camp, or did they pick juries from only one party? There's a lot of different theories going on right now online. Were the jury's supporters of him, or were they not voting for him and they were voting for the other party the whole time? I've heard a lot of different theories. Let me know down below which one you believe, or if you believe he actually got a fair trial. Subscribe to the channel. We're on the way to 10,000 subscribers. We will be doing a giveaway at 10,000. Bro, this is getting wild. This is getting wild. Like, every day is really turning into a Simpsons episode. Like, I try not to believe all that stuff, and the more and more this is really becoming a sitcom. I'm really starting to feel like Jim Carrey in that movie when his life was a sitcom. Like, nah, this stuff just can't be real no more at this point.
This was a disgrace. This was a rigged trial by a conflicted judge who was corrupt. It's a rigged trial, a disgrace. They wouldn't give us a venue change. We were at 5% or 6% in this district, in this area. This was a rigged disgrace.
That's a big thing right there. So only 5% of the people in that county voted for Trump or voted for his Republican side. So he asked for a venue change. I'm assuming something at least a little bit more. Like, damn, bro, 95% went against me. This is where y'all decide to hold the trial. Like, nah, let's get a venue change. He sounded like an artist. Like, nah, this venue's not big enough to hold me in here. Like, nah, I feel like they should at least gone somewhere. Even if it was like 60-40, still sounds fair enough. 30-70 still sounds better than 95-5. That is crazy.
Peaceful trial. The real verdict is going to be November 5th by the people. And they know what happened here, and everybody knows what happened here. You have a Soros-backed DA, and the whole thing. We didn't do a thing wrong. I'm a very innocent man, and it's okay. I'm fighting for our country. I'm fighting for our Constitution. Our whole country is being rigged right now. This was done by the Biden administration in order to wound or hurt an opponent, a political opponent. And I think it's just a disgrace. And we'll keep fighting. We'll fight till the end and we'll win. Because our country's gone to hell. We don't have the same country anymore. We have a divided mess. We're a nation in decline, serious decline. Millions and millions of people pouring into our country right now from prisons and from mental institutions, terrorists, and they're taking over our country. We have a country that's in big trouble. But this was a rigged decision right from day one with a conflicted judge who should have never been allowed to try this case, never. And we will fight for our Constitution. This is long from over. Thank you very much.
Nah, this is wild. This is wild. This is wild. November, we will see the official showdown and actually who wins out of all of this. I'm not going to ask you guys who you're going to vote for because that's none of my business, nor do I know enough to really speak about either party. But I have heard a lot of people complaining about how New York City is getting right now with all these people coming into the city and people that actually need help that are Americans and live here. I'm not talking about race or religion or any of that. That doesn't matter. I'm talking about just being born and being an American citizen and rent being $2,000 right now for us to live in the trenches. Like we paying what our parents would have paid to live in like the beautiful part, the suburbs, to own a house, to live in a one-bedroom apartment in the trenches right now. To live in the hood right now, you easily paying like $1,800 to $2,200 right now in a 1 to 2 bedroom apartment. Like that's crazy. What has this country really became? Like this is just disgusting to me. We didn't get a fair shot. I'm telling you, bro, the people born in the 90s, we didn't get a fair shot at the game. Like we did not get a fair shot. We turn up to the best we can. We try to have the best time we could have, but we didn't get a fair shot at this. Subscribe to the channel, comment down below. Actually, before we get out of here, I have a quick Andrew Tate from Romania has an opinion about what happened here too. Let's see what he had to say. Scary is that Atlanta's going crazy with the Ricos and Wissy and Thug fighting one right now. It went this way for Donald Trump. How is it gonna look for Thug?
Trump was set up by the system, man. He was set up by the system. My nigger Trump was set up by the system, man. He was set up by the system. They're trying to keep a black man down in America of all places. Trump.
About half of that because they was tweaking. I was not expecting them to go this crazy. Andrew Tate feels like he was set up in the midst of everything that he said in that video, all of the stuff for shock value. He basically thinks Donald Trump was set up. Do you guys agree with Andrew Tate or do you feel like he was lying? Andrew Tate's another person that's fighting a big case, not in America. Do you think he'll have a fair trial? Well, we shall see. This is looking scary though, brother. This is looking scary. What will happen in November? Like, what will happen in November? Subscribe to the channel, comment down below. Please share your thoughts about all this. We're on that road to 10,000 subscribers. We'll be doing a giveaway.